friends on YouTube. I got friends. This is where I got the. No, listen.
Hey!
I have 3 friends. And this is one of them. Hi, everybody.
Hey there.
I'm Eugene Edwards, and this is I'm over here, and that's Dr. Dylan Caligiuri. He's right over there, and we are happy to be here for about 30 minutes before we conduct the first of our 8. First of our 8 workshops for our developing a guitarist thing. So, but I get a text also from Dylan, and we decided, these deep dive things are kind of fun because we don't go too long on them. We're just kind of surfing the, and so he threw
not much
down
of a dive.
list of songs. Right,
It's more of a
kiddie
pool slop.
We're using snorkels.
Yeah, right.
So he throws a list of songs. Any of these, pick one. And the first one on the list was "Friends in Low Places." Now I've been playing the clubs past couple of months since I've been off the road
Since 14.
since I was 14. Actually, yes,
right.
That's true. This is a song.
Close to my heart.
I played a bit in the 90s in a cover band.
Yeah.
And then went years just never having to play it.
Didn't think you're going to have to do it.
Right. And of course, back in the 90s when it came out, I was sick of it. You had to play it. It was like, oh my God, this song.
When the flying gear came out, I was ready. I was done. I was done at that point.
So you're right. So, but now
I'm back into it. I would love some flying gear.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? Can I tell you something? I was on a tour some years ago, and the main act, the headliner, their drum set was elevated above the stage, hung from the arena, and then during the first song or second song, it was slowly lowered down to the stage. So the drummer had to climb in that thing and play like all the way up to the then get lowered. So now the guy who was in charge of that rig, seemed like a pretty young guy.
Clement? Was it a Clement?
I don't know what that means.
That's like sort of a county fair.
I just call him Geppetto.
Okay.
So, and he seemed awfully young. He says, "Well, I've been flying in theater terms his whole life." I said, "How so?" He says, "Well, my family's in the circus. I grew up in the circus."
So I was close.
Acrobats.
I was pretty close.
Yeah. And I said, "Oh, no kidding." He says, "Yeah." And so he's the guy. Katy Perry was on tour at the time, and her 2 guitar players were flying. They were flying over the audience and doing all that stuff. And he says, "I'm in charge of that, and I'm in charge of that." I said, "What's the safest way to fly someone?" And he says, "Don't
do it. That's the safest way. Is to stay home."
I thought that was a pretty chilling answer.
Yeah. Wow. That is incredible.
Yeah.
That really gets under the bones.
Anyway, so but now when the song comes up, I'm a little kind of like, this is kind of cool. Now, here's the reasons I think this song's kind of cool. It's the chord changes in the melody, right? Lyrics very clever, very funny, but it's the opening chords alone. They really belong to when country music had a very, 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 very strong relationship with jazz.
Oh, right.
A very strong relationship with jazz. So we start in the key of A. Now, does everybody out there know the chords to "Friends in Low Places"?
They may not know it. Hey, hi everybody! Great to see you guys.
And by the way, for those of you out there where it's flooding in the south and there's harsh winters and stuff, just hopefully, obviously, you have electricity and internet, so that's a good sign if you're here. But just stay safe, everybody. Of course. Now, so it's A major, and then a chord that I'm not so sure I can name properly, which I have an idea. Okay, wait a minute.
B flat diminished.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Not A sharp. We're in the key of A, but do we say B flat, C?
That's called inharmonic spelling, and no, the answer's wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's A, B flat diminished?
B flat diminished. Yeah. I mean,
to B minor. And it hangs out there and it goes to the E chord, the 5. Makes sense. Okay.
Right.
Back to the 1. And then we're going to repeat this. To B minor and then D minor. Oh, let's talk about that move.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it in a second. Then the 5 chord. Now we're building on the 5 chord, which inevitably has to walk up to our root chord of A. All right. And then the chorus is just that, and then B minor to the 5. So it's 1, 2 minor, 5. 1, 2 minor, 5 is one of the more basic cadences in Western music, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that second chord. Yeah. And I think a lot of pickers out there, they learned this song since it came out in the 90s. They played it in bands and stuff, and they just know it goes. It's that.
Right.
Let's talk about that. Now, I wrote several songs of my own and pretty much use that a lot.
Yeah.
As a voice leading sort of chord. So can you tell us what this chord is and why is it in this honky tonk song, basically?
So a diminished chord, especially a diminished seventh chord, it's derived from a synthetic scale, meaning it doesn't come out of the major scale or the minor scale of the diatonic system. And it's because it has a 1, a flat third, and then also a flat fourth. And there is no such thing as a flat fourth
I was going to say
major or minor scale.
But a flat fourth
is a major third. Same thing.
It's a hybrid.
But that's why they're inharmonically spelt, right? So you have A, and then this is really just an approach chord, or like this is something if you're on train tracks, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So and we use this chord a lot in music and Western music.
To make tension.
To make tension. Yeah. But usually it's good as a really snazzy way of going from the 1 chord to the 2 minor.
Absolutely.
If I may. So Willie Nelson writes Crazy, and let's just say he does it in A. Crazy. Major 6. We're already in the jazz world.
Yeah.
Goes to the 5 round crazy. Crazy for feeling so blue. Oh, that looks familiar.
I'm pretty sure that's where they took this song from. Yeah.
Fair enough if they did. Even better if they did. Because Crazy, Friends in Low Places.
Yeah.
I'm crazy. Let's use the chord sequence from Crazy. It's an illusion at best. Here's another great example of going from the 1 chord and using this diminished chord, but this is not our major. This is not a 7th chord. This like in scale tone world. This is like that's my 1. That's my 2 minor. What's that?
Say, play it again.
Okay, let's say let's go back to A.
Okay.
A. That's my 1 chord.
Sure.
B minor is my 2 minor chord, right?
Sure.
What do I call this in terms of?
It's B flat diminished. It's sharp. Oh, I see what you're saying.
See what I'm saying?
It's
and
you
that's
would think of it as approach to, like, you would write diminished 7th and then up. You write a little arrow.
Okay, because so I can't give a Nashville number system appellate.
You know what they say in Nashville with that one is they say up at church and in Nashville.
Oh,
they say
this is
up.
What I want. I didn't know this.
Up. So they'll be like and they'll be like up. And everybody knows that's minor, by the way. They know, like,
I didn't know. Yeah. Okay, so here's another of my favorite.
Same chord. Yeah. Same exact chord.
And and he's going up, my sweet Lord. He's trying to reach God. Yeah. I really want to know you. And so he's got this achingly painful, yearning.
Tension
this tension.
Tension headache on the way to heaven.
We know this chord. We hear this thing.
He just licked the mug.
Hey, you can't.
Rex, get out. What are
Rex,
you
can't
mugs?
have coffee.
You're a mug licker?
He just went to the doctor. He's not allowed to have coffee.
Can we play the solo to this? Because I think this is one of the coolest solos.
We will. But okay, so we will, because I have thoughts about the solo too.
Right, good.
All right, now it's 5:43. All right, now I just really got to watch the clock because we have a workshop. Has anybody signed up for
That's a good point.
our till thing?
The link is in the description of the video.
The link is in the description. Tonight is free.
It's free.
Just come on in, bring a towel, dip your toes. That's
some of the mannerisms you just did. Very politically charged.
I've never taken public speaking, but I really want you to pay attention to what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so I'm bringing the attention. The focus is right here. You see what I'm doing?
Because we're going to be playing this,
right?
This.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry.
So, and by the way, also, I stole this from Roger Ebert. When I get really excited, this hand comes up above, like I'm providing a spotlight of what I'm saying. I've noticed this about myself.
Eric is okay. Can you press 3 for me?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Tres.
Oh, yeah.
So really cool.
Let's talk about this.
Let's see. Am I in this? Oh,
no,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Now I can see.
Eric, now I want you to notice that this is what the future's like, pal.
Yeah.
See this?
Is it?
This is what okay, so anyways, the chord that we're discussing is called a diminished 7th chord. You ready for this? So there's 3 different popular fingerings for diminished 7th chords.
Correct.
The easiest one is on this string. Mm-hmm. Okay, and it looks like your fingers are going to curl in on themselves, basically.
Let me call this out.
You want to call it out?
Index finger, 2nd fret D string.
Okay.
Okay. Ring finger, 3rd fret G.
I like it.
Middle finger, 2nd fret B.
Sure.
Pinky, 3rd fret high E string. Strumming 4 strings down. Now, you can just hold this shape. Now, this happens to be an E diminished, and I'm calling it that because that root note, our bottom note, is E natural. But
it's 4 different diminished chords, right?
But watch what he's going to hold this shape. He's going to drag this up,
and
3
we're going
frets.
on a train ride, pal.
Talk about going up. He's going to go up 3 frets. So now the index finger. That is now a G diminished, but this is comprised of the same 4 notes as the previous chord.
And it's technically still an E diminished with the G in the bass.
We could still call it.
Yeah.
We could actually call it 4 different things. There you go.
So you keep moving up in minor thirds or 4 fret stretches, depending upon how you're looking at fret stretches. So some people call that 3. So,
I call it 3, but yeah, you're right.
So that's that shape. Here's the root on 5th shape. And this is the one from this song, right? Well, imagine if you had to bar here. If you had to do one of these guys. That is the root on 5th diminished shape. So here's a good example for you guys to use as a reference for this. This is B flat 7. Here's A7. Everybody knows that A7. That's the A7 you take home to your grandparents.
Yeah, you
could show that A7 off anywhere. Here's B flat 7. Now, put that guy on there. You've got B diminished.
Oh, right. So, in the context of Friends in Low Places, first chord's A major, open A major.
You could go to 2 and you're on U. Oh, come down just a little.
The first chord is A major.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to play this kind of this way. Now, so that's the notes. I played the A major. I kept my index finger available.
Yeah.
Because I know that this is going to play 1st fret.
It's beautiful.
A string. And then I'm just going to lift my ring finger off the 2nd fret G, so that's open. So it's 1st fret A string with my index finger, 2nd fret D string with my middle finger, open G, pinky's on 2nd fret B, and the open E string, high E string. So there we are. And then I'm in position. Now, I usually do a bit more of a finger switch here, so actually, that's what I do. I get the middle finger out of there. I actually put the ring finger, 2nd fret D string is a bit of a, because that way now I'm ready to move up to my
courageous
B minor move.
It's courageous. And that's enough for a lot of people to work on for a while, by the way.
That's a killer change. It's beautiful. Now, and then let's talk about the guitar solo. Now, years ago, when we had the Fender Play show, we did an episode on guitar solos, and we kind of broke down like kind of 3 basic categories. We just made them up out of thin air, to be honest with you. But I thought it holds up.
No, there was a think tank.
One of them was if you're stuck for an idea.
Yeah.
Just play the melody of the song.
That's a good idea.
Start there, but of course, we're guitar players, so we get to add ornamentation.
Sure.
So yeah, we're going to play the melody of the song, but we could do things like bend and pull-offs and hammer-ons.
Tapping.
So for instance, you're going to play.
Am I doing it?
Yeah, you're going to.
Okay,
yeah. So
well,
are you okay?
Fall off of here. All right, we'll find out.
That's fine.
Here we go. Press 3. They'll see it up close. So here we go.
2, 3, 4.
Can we start over? Because I'm 1, 2.
Oh, I forgot there's a pickup. So it sits over the chorus of the song, right? And it starts playing the melody of the chorus,
which is awesome. Go to which 2 or 1. It's up to you.
So go ahead and play it.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I've got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns. Now here goes. Now he varies.
He goes to the
It goes to the
chorus part
to the B minor.
Yeah. And that sounds like a producer came in the room and said, "Okay, I like you. That solo's too long. Let's cut it in half."
It's a good choice. I mean? It's a really good choice. It's a smart choice.
That's
man.
what they do. They come
nice and concise. I dig it.
Guitar solo.
Great choice.
Yeah.
So he starts with the melody of the song, and then that little turnaround, we go the 2 minor to the 5, and he deviates. He doesn't sing exactly what Garth. He doesn't play exactly what Garth sings.
No.
It's a really, really smart way. I mean, we could just steal that idea alone from this song.
What was Garth Brooks' pseudonym? The other guy?
Chris Gaines.
Maybe Chris Gaines took the solo, and he sang it a little different than Garth.
He was decades ahead of the whole Marvel Universe multiverse situation.
Absolutely.
He's like, now that guy who's me, but not me,
and has no weapons.
Has no weapons. But over there, he has weapons in the other universe.
I learned some of the songs. I was playing country at that time, by the way.
I don't recall any of those.
I learned a couple. I can't remember them, but I learned them, and they weren't terrible songs. They were different though. They were kind of poppy, a little bit like Sugar Ray-ish.
Songwriter's right.
That's right.
Songwriters, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well,
That's a good point.
I'm writing a country song. Now I'm writing a pop song. It's like songwriters just right.
They just write.
Exactly.
And he's a hell of. Jeez.
The thing is that
he's a songwriter and a half.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, and he for years before he got his break, he made a living as a demo singer.
Yeah.
In Nashville,
I heard about
he
that.
and Kathy Mattea, and so when you're doing that as your gig, you're learning material quickly, absorbing it fast. You're analyzing it.
Constantly doing new things, too.
New songs. So he's looking at the rules of songwriting by many, many, many top songwriters in Nashville at that time in the late 80s. And he's just soaking this stuff in.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. They say one great way to learn how to write songs if you're a band is just start covering great songs.
Yeah.
And you'll start to, because you're forced to analyze things and figure out how things work. Or become a demos.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that's a gig anymore now.
What is
demo session singers?
Dude, I don't think so because AI.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Well,
in this case,
and the animatronic bears at Chuck E. Cheese.
And this is when Dwight got his shot. Not only did he know how he could certainly deliver a song as a singer because that's how he was making his money anyway. It was
when
just
Dwight got his shot,
I'm sorry, Garth.
Oh.
When he got his shot, he was ready because he knew how to deliver a song, even though it was behind the scenes.
He also knew how to protect his work because he had been in the business.
Yeah,
and that's
the publishing world.
You can just barely get his stuff on Spotify now.
Yeah, exactly. So well done, Garth. Well done. Listen, I'm looking. Eileen Foley, she's all signed up. Mary Lee says that's the only shape I know for diminish. Oh, there's one more shape. You want to show them that?
Oh, sure.
Here,
yeah.
I'm going to go to you.
Let's go to the.
Okay, so this is actually I didn't know this one until I went to Berkeley when I was like my.
You had to go to college to learn it.
And the chord
it's a tough shape.
Chord lab, the guy just says, okay, from our G major 7, and then go ahead and do your diminish. And my eyes were like the headlights of a Buick. I had no idea what the guy.
Can we talk about this?
I
don't know if you guys know.
No
about
idea
this.
what was going on.
There's two, before there was a music school, rock school in every city in America.
Oh, right.
There was two meccas for learning guitar in the non-classical style.
Yeah.
And they were Berklee School of Music
in Boston
and Guitar Institute of Technology here in Hollywood, which is now known as Musicians Institute, and also maybe owned by a bank at this point. I have no idea. But anyways, the point is that they both seem to come out. It was like, well, how can we get the coolest, sexiest class names ever? And Chord Lab. It's very nice.
I was excited about Chord Lab.
It's very nice.
Because I came in, I was so excited. I came in a lab coat and protective goggles. I had gloves. I had little booties on my shoes.
Burner,
Yeah, I look like Beaker from the Muppets, and it turns out, it's not.
It's more like Animal from the Muppets.
That's what I actually was surrounded by. So I noticed it. So now I'm sorry. Go back.
Yeah, sorry about
now
that.
Show
so
them
a little
this.
tangent.
Yeah.
So, anyways, there's the chord, right? Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Well, that's the first one.
Oh. This is the one I'm talking about.
This is, by the way, you guys, this is called a drop 3 version. So this is drop 2. And all I'm doing is taking this voice and moving it up there. So it's a really interesting thing that we can learn at some point. So here's C major 7, right? So here it is. Here's C major 7. Here's the drop 2 version.
The heck?
Yeah, you like that? Everybody happy with that?
I'm not so sure I do. But here, I've noticed a little something. So this is, this version here. Here's the way I kind of, let's say I was.
Here's what Chord Lab. You're on the wrong. There's no camera. Now you're back on me.
Okay, sorry. All right, who gave me control of this? So let's say this is my G major 7 chord, right?
That's a drop 3 chord, by the way.
It's a drop 3 chord.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's and then from here, I want to go to. There's my diminish where I'm going up in church, so to speak. Now, one way I learned how to memorize how to build this, even though I'm sure this is technically wrong, but I just imagine I was playing a G dominant 7, like an E7 shape, eliminate the A string, and just raise my root note, 3rd fret low E, up. And in order to do that, this has to go here, I use my index finger to bar across 3rd fret on the D.
That
and
makes sense.
B string, and then I play the major 3rd here. And that's still, and by the way, that's how I think of this opening chord. This is A. Then I made an A dominant 7, but then I sharped the root, even though that's not technically a thing you can do.
Yeah.
But I just took the root note and took that up half a step. And that's kind of
You just did.
Kind of how, by the way, what if I was playing like, I don't know, like a D7 chord. And I took my open D string and hey, look, that's a diminished chord.
Now, hold on. We have an instance where this isn't going to work. Go to, just regular. Yeah. So.
Oh, I'm sure it's not going to work because.
This isn't, it sounds like it could be a diminished chord, but it's actually just
Baby,
hold on to me.
That's an augmented chord, baby.
Will be. And that's our next session. We're going to do a song with an augmented. We did diminished.
Yeah, no,
it's
you're
fair.
right. You're right.
It's homeostasis.
We brought them down. We got to raise them up. Diminished, augmented. Let's look at messages before we have to sign out and move over. Sean
Still don't know a song that says it's Friends in Low Places.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Michael Storms. Here, let's play a little bit of it.
Okay,
so you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Roots. I don't know the word.
I showed up in boots.
He does.
And ruined your black tie affair. The last one to show. Last one to know.
Oh, listen to him.
I was the last one you thought you'd see there. Well, I saw a surprise. A little kick drum. It's gonna be on the rise. And I stood a glass of champagne. I toasted you, said, honey, you can be through.
Did you say toasted juice?
No, I don't know. Then let it again. Well, I got friends
in low places. Everybody,
the whiskey drowns and the beer chases.
The link, Scott, is right in the show description.
Good question, Scott.
After it says 25 watching now started stream. Well, no, I guess that's information.
It's in the court. It's in the video description.
In the video description.
Michael, you recognize it now, though?
Hope so. Also, who
did it? He gave us a heart. We got a heart.
Jeff Buckley lived on those chords. Yes, Jeff Buckley would use lots of.
He lived on a lot
chords.
of substances. The chords were helpful.
Very funny.
But
can you get away with playing it without the root? I guess we're speaking of diminished chords.
Can we define "get away with"?
Well, good point. See here, the thing is,
if you play without the root, it's a 6th chord, technically.
I was gonna say,
or a major 7th chord.
You kind of need that. You need all 4 notes because here's technically what you need. It's all based on minor 3rd intervals. Start with any note.
Yeah.
Go up a minor 3rd,
and you're there.
Well, now I just have 2 notes that are minor 3rd.
Well, you're up a minor 3rd is what I meant. You're there where you
and then
where you went up.
And then from that 2nd note, go up a minor 3rd.
Another minor 3rd.
Now at this point,
you have a diminished triad. At that
I have
point.
a diminished triad.
But we're not screwing around with that.
I want a diminished chord, man.
Yeah, this is America.
Go a minor 3rd from that 3rd note, and now you've got 4 notes that are. It's almost like I always think of like chemistry. It's almost like this very tight bond, chemical bond. These 4 notes
called chord chemistry.
Chord chemistry from Chord Lab.
Yeah. Here, so check this out, you guys. If you want a couple things before we leave, so we can take a look at this in the Till class too, but maybe we'll do an episode on this. I don't know. So here, this is called the diminished arpeggio. Sorry. Final answer. So if you hear that, I'm skipping.
You're going up a minor 3rd.
I'm going up a minor 3rd.
Every time.
Now, that's the arpeggio of a diminished chord. Here's the scale.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of makes you want to buy a snake.
I do want to buy a snake.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm having plumbing issues.
Yeah.
So we got to switch over to the Till class now, everybody. Thank you. I
you
hope
guys
you
are
liked
great.
hanging out. This is a lot of fun. So next week, I don't know what song, but
can I mention the challenge?
Oh, yeah.
This is the unofficial, unauthorized Fender challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Is look up German augmented 6th chord because
does it have like a brown mustard?
This chord has something to do with your Masha.
This is going to be very efficient.
That's Austrian.
And it will have no rules broken.
German augmented 6th chord, and you're going to see where the roots of the diminished chord are. It's called.
I'm fascinated. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible.
All right. So we're going to see you in the comments next Wednesday, and we're going to see what you know about your German Your German what?
German augmented sixth chord.
German augmented sixth chord.
It's also in classical music. It's called the octatonic scale, the diminished scale.
Octatonic scale.
Yeah, they like to.
So many words and stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
We'll see you over in the Till session, or we'll see you next Wednesday.
Either way,
same bat time, same bat
Great
channel.
to see you.
Great to see you. Thank you. I know it goes by so fast, but thank you. Oh, merrily, it's not too complicated.
You can do it merrily.
Stop
Jeez.
it. I don't want to hear that.
Selling yourself
Yeah,
short.
put that in your Bunsen burner and smoke it.
Yeah.
We have ways of making
We have ways of making your place a
okay,
guitar.
how do I get out of here?
Okay,
Still?
so, well, you still, and then we'll see you guys next time. No matter what
Oh, yeah.
you are, keep going. I'll always be with you. Jumping, baby, ooh, girl.